The world of movies is changing rapidly. That's why it's possible to miss a lot. But don't worry, this video will bring you up to date. Here are all the real highlights from January. Whether it's Christopher Nolan's next blockbuster with Tom Holland, Will Smith in Matrix 5, or new images from Avatar 3, this month's top news have plenty to offer. We hope you enjoy. Attention Sonic fans! After Sonic 3 proved to be a complete box office success, Paramount Pictures is now following suit. The release date for Sonic 4 has now been announced. According to the industry magazine Deadline, Part 4 will be released in cinemas on March 19, 2027, and it can be assumed that Jeff Fowler will be directing the movie again. Many fans are particularly looking forward to the appearances of Metal Sonic and Amy Rose. In total, the Sonic films have grossed over $1.1 billion worldwide, so the announcement of a fourth part should therefore not be surprising. However, the first rumors have already been circulating that Part 4 will probably be the end. However, this is not really credible. After all, the franchise is very popular. But in addition to the main series films, there's also numerous opportunities to tell other stories from the Sonic universe, such as the Knuckles series on Paramount+. We're excited to see what other projects await us in the near future. Another actor has joined Christopher Nolan's new film project. As the industry portal Deadline has learned, the Punisher star Jon Bernthal is to take part in the Odyssey. The new film of the Oppenheimer director is an adaptation of the famous Odyssey. It's about the adventurous journey of Odysseus on his return home from Troy. Studio Universal describes the project as a mythical action epic. It's not yet known which role Bernthal will play. The actor gained popularity for the role of Shane in the zombie series The Walking Dead, among others. In the film industry, he's made a name for himself with appearances in Martin Scorsese's The Wolf of Wall Street and Edgar Wright's Baby Driver. In the Marvel cosmos, he's appeared as the Punisher in the series of the same name, and he'll also be reprising this role in the upcoming sequel Daredevil Born Again on Disney+. Bernthal joins an illustrious cast full of Hollywood A-listers in the Odyssey. In addition to Hollywood star Matt Damon, Spider-Man actor Tom Holland will also take on a role. Zendaya, who was recently seen in Dune and Challengers, will also be a part of the cast. Robert Pattinson, who has already starred in Nolan's Tenet, will also be joining the cast. A cinema release has also already been announced for the Odyssey. Christopher Nolan's new film awaits us on July 17, 2026. With Mission Impossible 8: The Final Reckoning, the last adventure for the time being of Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt awaits us this May, and the emphasis here is on "for the time being," as there are already rumors that a young Ethan Hunt could open a new chapter in the series. According to The Sun magazine, it'll already be shown in Mission Impossible 8 via flashbacks. And this would make perfect sense, especially if the threat posed in the 8th film is linked to the events from Ethan's youth. Nevertheless, the choice of a new actor is bound to cause skepticism among fans. After all, the series is inseparably linked to Tom Cruise. However, should this young Ethan Hunt be well received by audiences, it could lead to a continuation of the franchise, possibly in the form of a Mission Impossible 9 or a range of prequels. We'll find out whether the rumors are actually true on May 23, 2025, when Mission Impossible 8 is released in theaters. Good news for all fans of the Power Rangers. According to Hollywood insider Daniel Rickman, a new film and an animated series are currently in development. Based on initial information, the new film will be a reboot. In other words, a complete new beginning for the story. The budget for this amounts to more than $100 million, and Paramount Pictures is currently the favorite for the rights to the film and the animated series. It remains to be seen what exactly the new Power Rangers projects will look like and when they will be released. However, the combination of a major film and an animated series could usher an exciting time for fans of the franchise. In 2017, the movie Power Rangers was released in an attempt to relaunch the series. However, with worldwide box office takings of only $142 million, the film was not very successful. A real feast for all anime fans. South Korean company Kakao Entertainment has announced that a live-action adaptation of the hit anime Solo Leveling awaits us. It tells the story of Sung Jin-woo, who fights for survival as the weakest hunter in a world full of monsters. One day, he's selected by a system as the only player to improve his skills. Solo Leveling is based on the original web novel of the same name, which was written by Chugong and has been published on the South Korean Kakao Page website since July 2016. The equally named series, which currently comprises 2 seasons, can be seen on Crunchyroll. However, it remains to be seen whether the new adaptation will be a movie or a series. There's also no release date yet. However, it's clear that fans' expectations are high. Visual effects and the authentic portrayal of the characters are decisive factors in doing justice to the original, especially when it comes to the realization of fantasy worlds such as that of Solo Leveling. Released in 2024, Kung Fu Panda 4 once again turned out to be a huge success. With a budget of $85 million, it was able to gross over $500 million worldwide. Plenty of reason for a Kung Fu Panda 5, which is currently in development according to Hollywood insider Daniel Richtman. DreamWorks Animation has not yet made an official statement, but of course there is ample room for speculation and creative approaches as to what the new story could entail. After all, following the end of Part 4, the next great Dragon Warrior has to be given training, for example. We can therefore strongly assume that Jack Black and Awkwafina will return in their dubbing roles. With worldwide box office takings of over $500 million, Mufasa was certainly a success, even if it was unable to match the figures of the live-action adaptation of The Lion King. According to Hollywood insider Daniel Richtman, Disney is already planning the next movie in the franchise. At the moment, it's not known what this project could be about or who will be directing it. However, initial rumors suggest that the new film will not be a direct sequel to Mufasa. A story based on The Lion King 2: Simba's Pride seems more likely. Here, the focus is on Simba's daughter Kiara, who falls in love with the young lion Kovu. The latter is supposed to take over Scar's legacy, who once killed Mufasa. But it remains to be seen whether the project will actually be realized. We'll keep you up to date, as always. A controversial rumor is currently provoking discussion among superhero fans. Hollywood insider Jeff Schneider reports that Marvel is planning to recast Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther for future MCU movies. This could already be the case in Avengers 5 Doomsday. Boseman played T'Challa in several Marvel movies, most famously in 2018's Black Panther. In 2020, however, the actor tragically passed away after suffering from cancer. Marvel originally decided against recasting him and instead focused on T'Challa's death in Black Panther 2: Wakanda Forever. Now though, the time may have come to recast the role. According to Schneider, the possibilities of the multiverse could see T'Challa return. The role is even said to have been offered to an actor in 2024, who then turned it down. The insider further reports that Black Panther director Ryan Coogler is involved in the casting process and that Boseman's family is also to be respected. Whether the new actor will make his first appearance in the 5th or 6th installment of the Avengers series, or even in the planned Black Panther 3, is still unclear at this moment. However, there are also opposing reports to Schneider's claim. Another Marvel insider talks about a planned casting of an older version of T'Challa's son of the same name. He first appeared at the end of Black Panther 2. It remains a mystery as to who we should believe. But time will tell. Avengers 5 Doomsday awaits us in movie theaters starting May 1st, 2026. The Alien returns. Alien Romulus was not only a fan favorite, but also quite successful with worldwide box office takings of over $350 million. So, of course, there has to be a sequel, for which initial details have now been revealed. In an interview with Empire magazine, director Fede Alvarez disclosed that he wanted to venture into uncharted waters with Alien Romulus 2. Together with his co-writer Rodo Sayagues, he's already busy coming up with ideas to surprise the audience. The story would probably follow the protagonist Rain, played by Kaylee Spaney. She's supposed to take the audience to places that have never been seen before in the Alien franchise. A convincing story is essential for Alvarez if a sequel was to be made at all. With Alien Romulus, he's already proven that he understands the iconic visual language of the series, and yet is still able to emphasize new aspects. Whether and when Alien Romulus 2 will be released remains to be seen. However, it's unlikely to suffer from a lack of fan interest. Speaking of Alien, according to initial information, Ridley Scott is also working on a new film. And then there's the series Alien Earth, which is set around 2 years before the first Alien, and is due to be released this summer. On December 19th, Avatar: Fire and Ash by James Cameron will be released in cinemas. And in order to raise expectations just a little more, Empire magazine has now published 2 images of the blockbuster. It features the so-called wind traders, who fly through the skies with gigantic beings. They're nomadic traders and live in a symbiosis with their creatures. Cameron compares them to the camel caravans of the Spice Road in the Middle Ages. The Ash people also come along with their mounts. They're led by a character called Varang. Cameron describes the character as someone who would do anything for her people due to a lot of suffering, even things that are considered evil. According to the director, one aim of the movie is to prevent a stark black and white portrayal like that of the humans and the Na'vi. The plot picks up shortly after the events of Avatar 2: The Way of Water and follows Jake and Neytiri as they encounter the Ash people. It goes without saying that Sam Worthington as Jake Sully and Zoe Saldana as Neytiri are reprising their roles. Apart from them, we'll also get to see Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, and Kate Winslet once again. The hit series Squid Game has once again made history. With the release of the second season, the Korean production set a new standard on the Netflix streaming platform. The final third season, for which the first poster has now been unveiled, will follow next year. Two killer dolls with a familiar look can be spotted. Series creator Hwang Dong-hyuk revealed in an interview with Entertainment Weekly that the most exciting game is yet to come. Squid Game Season 2 was streamed 68 million times worldwide within the first 4 days. An amazing record, surpassing even the former top show Wednesday. 487.6 million hours were watched by viewers around the world after its release. These figures not only put Squid Game at the top of the weekly Netflix charts, but it also climbed straight to 7th place in the top 10 non-English language formats in its very first week. The grand finale will happen next year, possibly in late summer or fall. There is no exact release date for Squid Game Season 3 yet. It's finally official. Filming for Dune 3 Messiah is scheduled to kick off in Budapest in September 2025. According to the Budapest Reporter, production will once again take place at the Origo Film Studios, where the previous films were shot. After the huge success of Dune and Dune Part 2, Dune Messiah will continue the epic story of Paul Atreides. As Emperor of the known universe, Paul struggles with the immense power he now holds. The movie will explore the political intrigue, betrayal, and personal sacrifices that threaten his reign. The leading roles will once again be played by Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya. They'll be supported by the likes of Florence Pugh and Anya Taylor-Joy. Denis Villeneuve will once again be writing and directing the project. However, there's one change regarding the cinematography. This time, Linus Sengren will be responsible for handling the camera. He's already worked on La La Land, James Bond: No Time to Die, and Saltburn, for example. We're eager to find out whether this change will have an impact on the look of the film series. Filming is expected to take place until January 2026, and the planned release on December 18, 2026, therefore seems realistic. According to initial rumors, Dune 4, which is based on Frank Herbert's novel Children of Dune, is also already in the planning stages. However, director Villeneuve has already said that the journey is over for him personally after the third part. Another spin-off series and the second season of Dune Prophecy are likewise in the works. The gossip factory concerning a new Oceans film is working overtime. According to reports from Hollywood insider Jeff Schneider, Deadpool 2 director David Leitch is to take over the direction of Oceans 14. He had previously worked with Brad Pitt in the action comedy Bullet Train. It was originally reported that Edward Berger, the acclaimed director of All Quiet on the Western Front, was also interested in the project. However, David Leitch currently seems to be the favorite. The return of George Clooney and Brad Pitt to their iconic roles has already been confirmed, and it's also rumored that Matt Damon and other members of the original ensemble could also make appearances. George Clooney himself had hinted last year in an interview with Uproxx that another Oceans movie could be in the works. Quote, "We have a really good script now for another Oceans movie, so we could end up doing another one. It's actually a great script." However, Clooney left open whether the new film will officially be called Oceans 14. He hinted that the tone could be similar to that of the film Going in Style, a humorous yet emotional heist movie. Next year, we can look forward to Avengers 5 Doomsday, probably the biggest Marvel event since Endgame. And as it should be in a proper Avengers film, we'll also get to see a large number of heroes. But we'll have to do it without one: Doctor Strange. In an interview with Variety, Benedict Cumberbatch revealed that Doctor Strange will not be making an appearance in the new blockbuster. Quote, "The character doesn't fit that part of the story." Nevertheless, fans don't need to worry that the wizard will disappear permanently from the MCU. On the contrary, Cumberbatch hints that Doctor Strange will play a central role in Avengers: Secret Wars. There's also initial indications that Doctor Strange 3 is still planned. While Cumberbatch is cautious when it comes to specific details, he praises Marvel for their open collaboration. Avengers: Doomsday could be a real highlight in the current MCU. Of course, there's a lot of discussions about which heroes will be involved. For example, the Fantastic Four and Sam Wilson as Captain America have already been confirmed. Chris Evans is also set to appear, but in what form is still unknown. However, Tom Holland's Spider-Man will certainly not be left out either, and there's also rumors that the Thunderbolts will play an important role. Avengers 5 Doomsday will be released on May 1st, 2026, and will once again be directed by the Russo brothers. Wow, Ryan Gosling in Star Wars. This topic is currently stirring up the film world and would be a real sensation. The usually well-informed industry portal The Hollywood Reporter tells that the superstar is currently having conversations about a new film. Specifically, they're talking about the long-planned project by Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy. According to insider Daniel Rickman, the film is set to start shooting in the UK in fall 2025. And this means it's time to cast a leading actor. Levy had originally wanted to shoot a different film. However, casting Ryan Gosling would shift priorities and allow the project to really take off. As a true Hollywood A-lister, the name Ryan Gosling rings a bell for every movie fan. Over the years, the actor has delivered numerous blockbusters. Whether alongside Emma Stone in La La Land, in the stylish gangster thriller Drive, or most recently as Ken in Barbie in 2023, the superstar has already taken on many well-known roles. In addition to the report on the Gosling talks, The Hollywood Reporter has also reported initial information on the film's plot. The portal found out that the film has nothing to do with the Skywalker saga. Instead, the project is planned as a standalone film in the Star Wars universe. The screenplay will be written by Jonathan Tropper, who has already worked with Levy on the Netflix film The Adam Project. So we could be in for a well-established creative team. The film doesn't have a start date yet. However, with filming set to begin in the fall of 2025, we can hope for a cinema release in 2027. A look at the Disney calendar, for example, reveals an untitled Star Wars film scheduled for December 17th, 2027. This could be the film by Sean Levy. One thing is certain, after many disappointments of recent years, the franchise could definitely do with another hit. A big name like Ryan Gosling could at least ensure this at the box office. Will Smith is currently stirring up wild speculation in the movie world following an Instagram post. Entirely in the style of the Matrix films, the post addresses his own personal history with the movies. In the 90s, the actor was offered the role of Matrix protagonist Neo. However, Smith turned it down. Instead, he decided to take on the lead role in the steampunk western Wild Wild West. At the time, Smith thought that this movie suited him better. And the rest is history. Keanu Reeves was cast in the role of Neo and successfully established himself as an action hero in Hollywood. The Matrix was a huge success, leading to 3 sequels to date. But that's not the end of the story. The Martian screenwriter Drew Goddard is set to direct the upcoming Matrix 5. In his Instagram post, Will Smith poses the question of what The Matrix would have been like with him in the role of Neo. A connection between the Matrix 5 film announcement and Smith's cryptic post has not been officially confirmed yet. The industry portal Variety has learned that the actor is not involved in The Matrix 5, at least for the time being. The portal Deadline suspects that Smith's Instagram post is more likely to be about a music project. However, if the star were to join the movie series after all these years, it would be a true sensation. Such a move would also be desperately needed after all. The Matrix 4 was a disappointment for many. A fresh start with Will Smith in The Matrix 5 would probably attract a lot of interest. So now you're guaranteed to know about the biggest news of the month. If you want to be even closer to the action in the future, get the KinoCheck app. You're guaranteed not to miss any important news. Which topic affected you the most in January? Share your thoughts with the others in the comments, and hit the like button if you enjoyed our monthly highlights. See you next time, your KinoCheck team.